It's one of those legs.
It's definitely one of the two. Triple break point opening game.
Game Alcaraz.
There's another Australian who took a bunch of time off. Ash Barty. She quit the game for a couple of years. She was overwhelmed by it. She was a great junior and was already doing special things on the WTA Tour and just walked away from it. But this guy, he didn't have those credentials, and he's 28 years old. But his mom had told him,
15.
do what you want to do.
I mean, he's seen balls coming this quickly at him before. He's seen powerhouse players, but the combination.
Game Alcaraz. Long.
That seems to be. This is just one of those somewhere. Just settle in. It should get better for the Aussie.
Now look where he is.
Game Alcaraz.
He's only won 2 points in 2 service games, and it seems like that's going to be an all-night problem.
40-15.
Unfortunately, unlike you, my skin not very friendly with the sun.
Yes.
Game Alcaraz.
Match won by Dan Evans over Karin Khachanov. 5 hours and 35 minutes, and it was a hot day. And that beats Edberg on the way to winning the Open.
Okay, and the sacrifice he made to be on the Olympic team, which some folks may not be aware of, but he won the biggest title of his career last summer in Washington, D.C., which is a 500 level.
But yeah, he lost all those points. And the Olympics don't give you ranking points or points.
So,
I really like that.
Yeah, no, and he. Everybody else in the top 10, with the possible exception of Novak Djokovic. 2 best volleyers in men's tennis currently, in my opinion, at that level. Dan Evans has a beautiful volley, coincidentally.
No kidding.
But Alcaraz, what a combination.
Game 2.
He's on the board. 4-1, opening set. Oh, look at the nice smile. Oh, boy.
Oh, 15 all.
When this kid showed up, everyone was calling him Carlitos because that's what his family called him. Yeah, that's the one. How nice was this guy to have around?
He's really let himself go.
Yeah, that's hard to see. What are you going to do?
Ball too long.
So consistent, so tough, but just didn't quite have the weaponry.
Got to a French Open final.
Yeah.
Game, Alcaraz.
90 against me. I had 10 seats in the players' box, I think. But look, it's...
He was theirs.
Gave Alcaraz a little taste of his own medicine with this little drop shot situation.
Sweet.
Those Aussies tend to know how to volley, don't they?
On the board again.
Game 2.
That's huge.
That's massive. You're provided.
Set goes to the 21-year-old Spaniard Carlos Alcaraz.
Second and third rounds of tournaments, so lower ranked players will have a chance to make a better living, and they've been incredibly effective at it, nearly over doubling the first round participation fee in the United States is more than doubled, up to $100,000 in the last decade.
That's more.
No too long.
Practice in the week after the Olympics. He just needed to recover.
Game 2.
This is a much more manageable court for him, but it does seem like it's a court that they definitely do, and that takes some of the sand out of the mix, which speeds them up.
Love 15.
So the biggest change over a 2-week period in a major is the graphs at Wimbledon,
which kept them really fast.
Stayed in.
Felt better.
They look like that. Yeah. That's what we want.
Yeah.
We want Ben here.
Yeah.
Ben balls.
Game, Alcaraz.
That's beautiful. Nice. That wide serve is the wise one if you're going to serve and volley.
Oh,
Little tougher serving down the middle, because you've got to be so precise with the volley given Alcaraz's speed and skill set.
Game 2.
They're alluding to it.
Okay.
thinking in here about Daniil Medvedev?
I'm just.
Third set.
Like a short kick serve off the court at times. You like most about his serve is that he holds on to it there for 2 apiece.
The chatty Katerina. He really is. He's got a lot on his mind. Get scraped up.
Love 15.
Take time. Breathe, man. Slow down. Think about the 1-2, right? Think about it. Pick your spot. Here we go.
You can hear his coach, Ben Milner.
Thinking about the 1-2, that's the instruction, and what he means by that is second shot after. Not going to get a lot of aces. It's the serve +1.
It's not so bad, and Tu's been taking such good care of his serves in this second set.
Love third set.
Now he's in trouble.
Missed his chance on this forehand, though, to go a little closer to the line because he was committed to coming in. And against Alcaraz, you're just not going to win that contest often if he gets a good look at a pass.
Giving himself a chance to hold again.
Volley this is, Mary?
Tell me.
A cava.
A cava, that's how they say it in Australia?
Yeah.
Cava.
That's how I've been told they.
You've done a lot of
describe
Australian
it.
television. You would know.
I think Todd Woodbridge has told me that on one or two occasions.
Sorry. You know what?
Thank
I'm
you for
sorry I
bringing that
brought.
up. Do we have any bags around here?
You must have felt it though.
Oh, it didn't last long. The pain was not long. It was a quick kill. What a champion. Just to keep out in front.
Advantage.
They are saying, stick with him. You can stay with him. What a hole. About 9 minutes it took.
Underarm serve, that's one that the Aussies like.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
This is a
that
real
guy who used to play Nick Kyrgios, he's pulled that off in prime time before.
Yep. But I mean, what would it take?
What I didn't realize was that coaching lingo these days is you can stick with them, be patient in the rally, be patient in the rally, use your legs was code for hit the worst underarm serve. So I want to just go back for a second to what the coaches were suggesting him, that you could stay with him, stay in the rallies. Basically.
Were you aware of that, Matt?
No. Mary, the reason I played tennis for a living was because I was told there would be no match. The case in this match, but the second set. currently stands 20 points won by Li Tu and 19.
Such a good run.
Game, Alcaraz.
How about the saber? But it
Second
was,
set.
it's kind of fun to see in action again. Half volleyed that return of serve. And nice athleticism to even get his racket on the lob.
Federer in his speech. Chrissy Evans
Love
won
15.
80% of her professional matches.
Surfaces that are played. Things, Mary, that makes him so good. Serve is astonishing. #1 on tour last year. Currently #2 on tour, only behind Alex de Minaur. And he's not a big guy. Neither is Alex, by the way.
No.
And it's, I think it must be small to not get aced a lot. But when you do things like this, stand this deep, you buy yourself time to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
15, quarter.
Alcaraz is 2 in return games. What is he in service games?
I haven't seen a lot of try little party trick.
Exactly.
Game 2. New balls, please.
Back on serve.
Good positions as the string and racket combinations do today.
Played Alcaraz like this last year. I mean, you could tell he was a true believer. The guy who was one half of the longest U.S. Open match ever, Dan Evans, the Brit. On this court.
Take what you're given. He's doing a nice job of that this set.
Game 2.
This happened last night. Lindsay Davenport and I were calling the match between Sloane Stephens
Thoughts on this shot?
He didn't really do much with it, did he? He just wanted to just drop it over there, and Li Tu nearly made it happen.
He's an explosive mover.
Quarter.
opponent and using that tremendous all-court sensibility. That volley just firm enough. Nothing wrong with that point from the Aussie there, but the first set point, that was a mistake to try. Back to deuce they go.
Advantage Alcaraz. Deuce.
Must have caught the line. He cannot believe that ball was not called out by the electronic line calling. But a good save there by Alcaraz with quality play.
Thank you.
These missed serves and double faults. Win set 2.
I've never owned a Ferrari, but I hear that if you do own Ferraris, they end up in the shop a lot too. And for me, Alcaraz's body is a bit of a Ferrari. Okay, looks like he is. Who's going to take it? Both these guys with the short sleeves ready for that.
Deuce. Game 2.
End of a game. There are down in the low bowl where it's a little bit more in the eye line of where the ball might be for the players. Absolute kudos for them being progressive like that. Hopefully all the tournaments around the world will follow suit, be more fan friendly. But this isn't too friendly to Carlos.
Yeah, he wants to do that, and he can.
It's not about holstering your weapons. It's about using them at the right time.
Game Alcaraz.
I'm going to go to Manolo
15-13.
Gregarious.
Carefree on the court. Was he more structured than this guy? Has no structure.
No, he was buttoned up.
This guy's a free-form jazz exploration out here. He beat you to a pulp. And there was nothing you could do about it for the most part.
Game 2.
Percentage tennis. And Alcaraz doesn't have that gear just yet. I think he's gotten better at it, but he's not good at it
Lead
tonight.
2 games to 1, third set.
And that's Juan Carlos Ferrero's job.
That's right.
Here comes
30 full
a
term.
little bit of a gift, and Alcaraz will have another chance to take a lead here.
Deuce.
What an education he had.
Deuce. Game 2.
Yeah.
Game Alcaraz.
Is so helpful for someone like Alcaraz. Best of 5, more time to get out of a rut, more time to make an opponent with less experience feel the pressure and have to perform at a high level. There'll be things to practice for sure should he get through, which we expect him to.
15 up.
Patience, I think, is number one. The discipline tonight has not been there.
Yeah.
Still a hangover effect from the Olympic Games and the crowded schedule this year.
That's it. Keep backing yourself. Right hitting. That's it, dude.
Back yourself, is that what you said?
Back yourself. Very much an Aussie expression. Yeah, just trust yourself effectively.
Yeah.
You know, believe in yourself.
I mean, Tiafoe has already said he's got. He would have loved the Olympics. He would have loved watching all the other sports. But he wanted to put together a good hard court summer. He wanted to come in here feeling good. He's Masters 1000s that have been stretched out now. A lot of players, including and especially Iga Świątek, have been talking about that there's just those events. Look at all those forehand winners from Alcaraz. That's good stuff. And it's one thing for the people playing that. She talks about how literally the first tournament starts on the 29th of December. mandatory tournaments.
That tournament on the 29th is not mandatory.
Yes, correct.
Just to set the record straight for everybody. But if you want to play longer, there are simple solutions. Just takes action.
She'll do that.
Yeah, which is good. She should. As Alcaraz takes control of this one, one thing that I think is a force for good, and I hope the Canadian Open finals will take place midweek on a Wednesday night. Cincinnati will start on a Thursday, so it's one less week on the road for the players.
Okay.
Wow, what a pick on Alcaraz, and 2 as well. For these players to play those 2 events, because this year it was 2 one-week events. Next year it goes to 3 weeks for 2 events. He has been tacking him on. 3rd set point for Carlos.
Game. 3rd set.
There it is.
Alcaraz.
But when you have players, and there's a rule also, like the champions, you know, the WTA would call them up, good old Peachy Kelmar, and say, look, Martinez out. Can you play Detroit? And Chrissy would say yes.
Beautifully peruse that subject.
Yeah, we should have it fixed by like Thursday.
I'll try and do some research by then anyway. This guy looks like he's going to still be in the tournament by Thursday.
Yeah.
That's when the second round will take place. Bodo van de Sandskog of the Netherlands.
Game. Alcaraz. First game.
I just want to make them proud.
Love 15.
Trying to reel off another game here in a row. He's got
Game. Alcaraz.
should be pretty proud. Obviously, his father still his brother, orthopedic surgeon, and a professional tennis player. That's not too bad. Take little risk for maximum reward. That's a little more risky. That's a little more American style, actually. But
go for the lines.
How many times did you see Rafa Nadal hit winners with his forehand? 8.
Game. Alcaraz.
He said, leave nothing out there. Switch it around.
Big separation now. Alcaraz is just... It's briny.
more players seem to be going
14-13. Game Alcaraz.
The heat and humidity came in yesterday.
15 love.
And had days in it to get used to it. But relief is coming on Thursday.
Carlos sees the other side of the net now.
Big time here. And it's a skill that Alcaraz has had to learn from.
Game Alcaraz. Alcaraz.
Well, what's the single biggest strength a modern player has?
Love
I'm going to say
15.
power, right? He got it. I mean, he can give it a ride at times, but he can't do that. I'll time it again. Not too many people can do that.
Love 13.
Have mom watching. That will stay with me forever.
Advantage.
Very successful man.
Game 2.
When he'd come up the plate, they'd yell, "Boo!" It sounded like a boo.
Sound like the crowd is energized. Lee, too. There's a great run onto the ball for a guy who seems to be playing in fumes.
Game set match Alcaraz. 2 sets to 1. 6-2, 4-6, 6-3, 6-1.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Not his best performance at the U.S. Open for Alcaraz, but an important one. He's underway, having lost his opening match in the preceding tournament in Cincinnati.